Imagine waking up to that every morning as your backdrop. Today I'm in Hurricane, Utah. I'm going to talk about the 5 pros and 5 cons of living in this beautiful city. Hey, make sure to stick around to the end of this video and I'll share with you a bonus pro that just might seal the deal for you in making your decision to move to the Hurricane area. Pro number 1, the weather. Of course, this is going to be a con in my con section, but as far as the winter time goes, today is February 1st and I'm out here in basically a t-shirt enjoying the beautiful weather here in Hurricane, Utah. If you're in northern Utah, it's going to be about 15 degrees and you'll be freezing. Right now it's probably about 45 degrees. It'll warm up to 65 or so during the day. So the winter weather here in Hurricane is absolutely fantastic. Probably the best times of year here for that type of weather would be probably October to April. You're gonna have fantastic weather. So outdoor activities are so amazing because you just got that beautiful sunshine year round. So there's my pro number 1, the incredible wintertime weather. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Scott Walters with Best USA Realty. I'm your Utah YouTubing realtor. And if you're thinking of moving to Utah in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 years, reach out to me. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. Or if you just want to know more about this community or just more about the Utah market in general, don't hesitate to reach out to me just like so many others have. Give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'd love to talk to you. And with that, let's get back to talking about the 5 pros and cons in living in Hurricane, Utah. Okay, I already talked about the winter weather as being like one of the main pros to living in Hurricane. Well, that brings me to my main con, which is the sizzling summer heat. It is hot here. It gets really hot. Now, if you've ever been to Las Vegas in the summer, if you've been to Phoenix in the summer, it's very comparable to what you'll feel here. Maybe just a few degrees less, but not much. I mean, when it's 110 degrees outside, it's just hot. And so the summertime, it really kicks up, I'd say somewhere in May all the way through September. Of course, your blazing hottest part of the months are going to be June, July, and August, particularly July and August, where you're going to have temperatures well over 100 degrees for several months straight. So just be prepared when you're moving to Hurricane. You're going to have some super hot summers. Okay, so another pro for me is just the proximity to Zion National Park. Now, it's pretty close to some other national parks, but you're about 20 minutes to Zion National Park from Hurricane. So you've got all the incredible scenery at Zion National Park. You've got all the hiking, Angel's Landing hiking, all that kind of stuff. Remember, you got to have a permit to be able to hike Angel's Landing, but man, you're so darn close to Zion National Park. You're also not that far away from the north rim of the Grand Canyon, probably 2.5, 3.5 hours, somewhere in there, to that national park. You're also several hours away to Bryce Canyon National Park. So, I mean, it's a pretty great location for being close to national parks. There's also a lot of great state parks, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so close to Zion National Park. Another con for Hurricane is it's a smaller town. You know, it's about 20,000 people, so you don't have as much shopping, dining, and entertainment in this area, other than if, you know, outdoor entertainment. There's plenty of that everywhere. But when it comes to those types of amenities that having the big box stores, having the Costco's and restaurants and places like that. I mean, there's restaurants here. You've got the main drags, you've got plenty of restaurants, but if you want even more variety and options, you're going to be heading over to St. George. Again, that's about 20 minutes away, so not a super far drive, but you know, this isn't really a venue where you're going to have a lot of people. You're not going to have like big entertainers coming in here to do concerts. It's a smaller town. That type of entertainment, you're probably going to actually drive over to Las Vegas, and that's one of the pros about this area is it's not that far from Las Vegas. I would say probably hour 45 minutes or so from Hurricane you would get to the Las Vegas area. So if you want that type of entertainment, that's not too far away. But overall, shopping, dining, the options are a little bit limited here. I mean, you've got a Lynn's grocery store, you've got I believe it's a Days grocery store out there by the turnoff to head up to Zion's. And of course, you got a Walmart here. So you've got plenty of shopping that way, but the bigger stuff, you're heading over to St. George. Okay, when it comes to Hurricane, another pro is the outdoor recreation. And a lot of that in this particular area centers around the reservoirs. You've got Quail Creek Reservoir and Sand Hollow Reservoir. Sand Hollow is probably the more popular of the two with its red sand beaches and really warm water. It is a real attraction for people to come and enjoy wakeboarding on the lake or just hanging out around a nice beautiful lake. A lot of people like to rent out four-wheelers and go riding in the sand dunes around there. There's a beautiful golf course. There's resorts around there. There's a lot of vacation rentals. So it draws a lot of people from all over the place, particularly the Wasatch Front in the northern Utah. A lot of people like to come down and recreate around the Sand Hollow Reservoir. So you've got that fantastic outdoor recreation. You're really close to some other cool state parks. If you really like some outdoor recreation where you're getting up into the mountains with the pine trees and all that, you're not that far away. Drive up above Cedar City, where it's gorgeous up there, and you can catch into Bryan Head Ski Resort area, which got some beautiful hiking and scenery in that area as well. So one of those other cool reservoirs you can check out in this area is Gunlock Falls. That one is super unique, especially in the springtime with the spring runoff. It has been designed such that the reservoir will flow over the top, and it cascades down all these beautiful red rocks and other rocks, creating just a myriad of a series of waterfalls, but also creates these beautiful swimming holes that people enjoy hanging out in. So that's a really cool thing to do, along with Sand Hollow and Quail Creek. And then of course you've got all kinds of mountain biking around here, plenty of road biking, and there's trails that are all throughout the community here and in St. George. And so this has really turned into an outdoor person's paradise where they really enjoy, because there's so much sunshine all the time, you can really get out and enjoy it. In the summertime, it's tough. It's sizzling hot. If you want to do any of those activities, you're going to do them early in the morning, but for the rest of the year, it's absolutely amazing. Okay, another con would be the tourist traffic. So this isn't something you deal with all the time, but you know, there's a lot of people that come through Hurricane to go enjoy Zion National Park, which brings a lot of traffic, a lot of tour buses. So just know there's going to be certain times of the year during peak seasons when people are heading over to Zion's, and that gets pretty busy actually in the summertime. There's a lot of traffic in the summertime heading out to Zion's National Park, so you're going to deal with some traffic that way. Overall, I would say Hurricane, because it's so small, it's really, traffic isn't that bad. This is really kind of a minor con. For some people it'd be like, what traffic? But you know, for those that are local, it might be a bit of an inconvenience during those heavy tourist times when you've got a lot more people here visiting the area. You're going to see that sometimes a little bit in January and February, where you have a lot of tournaments. For a lot of the northern Wasatch areas will come down into this area for softball, baseball, soccer tournaments. You know, that's mainly based over in St. George, but you'll still be dealing with the traffic if you're heading over there to get to some of the shopping and stuff. But just know that that can be an inconvenience sometimes. So one of the really cool things about Hurricane is it still has that small town feel to it. Now there's around 20,000 people here. It's of course really grown. It's become just a real it's been a real draw to a lot of people who want to come and enjoy this year-round fantastic weather. But because it's still small enough, a lot of people, they still know their neighbors, and it's just got, you know, it's got that really cute, charming downtown, you know, drive through the main part of town with all the shops and things on each side of the road. There's the local eateries that people love hanging out at. TJ's is probably my uncle's favorite place, my aunt and uncle's favorite place to enjoy here in town. So the nice thing is it still remains quite a bit smaller than neighboring St. George, yet you're pretty close. About 15-20 minutes away to St. George, where you've got some bigger city amenities with all the big box stores. You got Costco over there. Apparently they're building a second Costco over there. And of course they got a lot of community parks you can enjoy not only here but over in St. George. You've got all the restaurants and shopping centers over in St. George, so you're really close to all that, but yet you're over here in a little bit more quiet community of Hurricane. Okay, so there is a reason that Hurricane is named Hurricane, and yes, that is how you pronounce it. That's the way the locals have said it for years. I know it's spelled like hurricane, but that is not how they pronounce it here. There are times when it has very strong winds. I've talked to several locals, including family here. I'm here at my uncle's property, and generally that's when they have kind of the contrast between hot and cold seasons. That's when they have some windstorms. But honestly, it's, you know, most of the time I'm here, it's fantastic. But I've heard about times when the wind really kicks up and can do a little bit of damage. I was just at a house yesterday, and the back screen porch, one of the pieces got blown off by the wind. So you can experience some very strong winds here from time to time in Hurricane, hence the name. Okay, one pro for Hurricane is it's relatively affordable compared to nearby St. George. The average home price is around $450,000, where if you're going over St. George, it can be over $500,000. So although home prices have risen over the last couple of years compared to where they've been, it's still relatively affordable. here in Hurricane. You can actually find a single family home available for under $400,000. If you go to the Wasatch Front in northern Utah, you cannot find a single family home in that price range. It's dang near impossible. What you're looking at are townhomes and condos. So the relative affordability of single family homes here in Hurricane definitely makes that a draw to this area. Okay, one con we need to talk about is the isolated location of Hurricane. Hurricane is on the southwest corner of Utah. So with that, it's quite a drive to the major urban centers of Utah, like Salt Lake City and Provo. You're going to be probably 3 hours and 15 or 20 minutes up to the Provo area, at least getting into Utah Valley. Add another hour to that to be able to get into the Salt Lake area. So it's a bit isolated from the main urban centers of Utah. Of course, you're only 20 minutes away from St. George, which is a little bit bigger city than Hurricane, and about an hour and a half away to Las Vegas. But for some people, they really feel isolated because of how far away it is from some of the other urban centers in Utah. Okay, my bonus pro's got to be all the golfing. There are so many golf courses throughout Hurricane and throughout the St. George area. And if you're a golfer, this is a golfer's paradise. In fact, this is my bonus pro. What a great place to golf. Look at the weather for golfing today. Absolutely amazing. The Sand Hollow golf course out by the reservoir is probably one of the most beautiful golf courses I've ever seen. You've got those greens surrounded by all the red rocks and the red sands. It's really striking, the visual contrast between the reds and the greens. And of course, you know, some of these other golf courses, the backdrops of the beautiful desert mountains, the Rocky Red Mountains, also makes for stunning golf courses. And you can just find these golf courses throughout this entire region. Hey, I hope you found this video helpful about the 5 pros and cons of living in Hurricane, Utah. If you want to know more about this community or any other community in Utah, don't hesitate to reach out to me, just like so many others have. I respond to every message personally, so whether you're looking to move in 9 days, 90 days, or even 9 years, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Again, I'm Scott Walters with Best USA Realty, your Utah YouTubing realtor. Hey, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap on that notification bell so you can stay current every time I drop another video about living in Utah. And if you found this video helpful about the 5 pros and cons of Hurricane, Utah, you might also enjoy some of my recreation videos I've made about the area. You can go check my Gunlock Falls video by clicking on here. Or if you just want to know more about Utah, go check out the Things They Don't Tell You About Moving to Utah video. And you can watch that by clicking on here. And with that, we'll catch you on the next video.